Hello everyone, welcome to the Canadian Edge. Looking at another budget knife today. If you've watched the last couple, I've done a kind of a little series on some inexpensive budget knives. Here's another one. This one is the Buck 311 Kingsman, and you can pick these up if you're Canadian at Canadian Tire. I don't know if they're exclusive to Canadian Tire, but that's where I managed to find this one, was in Canadian Tire. And they had them on sale for 12 bucks. So I thought, let's take a look. I like Buck knives. Take a look at this and see what it has to offer. So this is the Buck Kingsman, or Buck 311 Kingsman. It has a blade length of 2.75 inches. Open at 6.75 inches. Closed, it is 4 inches. So it's a mid-size knife. It's got a weight of 2.3 ounces. The steel on it is 420 J2. And it has the glass-filled nylon handle with some edging in it so that you can get some grip on there. And the pocket clip on it, it is a stainless steel right hand deep carry tip up, which is nice. A lot of people like tip up carry. And the fit on it, it's a little off center. You could probably adjust that if you mess around with it, but it's not that big a concern to me for what this knife is. It does have on it, which I always like, it does have the jimping on it back here on the blade, and a little bit here, a little bit at the back to give you a little bit of grip, I suppose, too. If you're reverse grip, it gives you a bit of grip there as well. It is a liner lock, and it has the thumb hole instead of thumb studs or flipper for opening. So use the thumb hole, and there's no lanyard hole on this one. So you can't, well, you could attach a lanyard, I suppose, through the pocket clip or something if you really wanted a lanyard. But yeah, this is another, thought I'd check out Buck knife and see what it was like, and I was very pleasantly surprised by this knife. I was thinking it's gonna be cheaper knife. I reviewed the Buck Matrix, which you can also get at Canadian Tire. It's a little bigger, bulkier knife. Wasn't my favorite knife, although I've heard from a few people that they really like it. It's not a bad knife. You can watch the review and see. I was maybe a little tougher on it than I needed to be, but yeah, just not a favorite knife that I would have. But I was very pleasantly surprised by this guy here, the Kingsman. I quite like it, actually. It's got a really nice look to it. I love the look of the blade. It's comfortable in your hand. The ergonomics on it, it's got really good ergonomics. You can get a lot of leverage the way they've designed it, with the handle coming down and the blade going up. You got a bit of a thumb ramp there almost. And it feels really good in your hand. The nylon, while it doesn't have a lot of grip on it, it does have a bit. It is easy to hang on to. You might get a little slippage if your hand was really wet, but dry, you definitely shouldn't have any problem. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. It's thin in the pocket, fits the pocket quite nicely, and it's not a big knife, as you saw, you know, with the the Matrix. It is a little bit bigger, but here's the Griptilian by Benchmade. Sorry, get those into the actual picture so you can see them. So you can see the Benchmade is actually maybe slightly bigger. So it's not a big knife. It's quite a decent knife. I like the way it feels. The only two complaints I have is, I mean, you can feel it's a cheaper pivot system, although it works not too badly. You can flip it open like you would a Benchmade or a Spyderco. Actually find that fairly easy way to open this knife, as well as the thumb holes. They work quite well. But it just, because I like doing that with my Benchmade and my Spyderco, that's probably the way I would open this knife using it. But it does have, again, an aggressive liner lock, and you can see that goes up quite high. And I've noticed a few times, especially if I open it by flipping it like that, well, you can see on that one there, the liner lock actually sits quite high up near the top, and so it's not the easiest to push down. It is a stiff liner lock. But yeah, if that's my only complaint, then that's not a lot to complain about. You can work around that. So what kind of edge does the 420 J2 steel have on it? So I believe the 420, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is a little bit better than the 440. It seems to have a fairly decent edge on it. Cuts paper quite nicely. Does it cut through a zap strap? Oops, gotta watch the blade design. There, it takes a little more effort, but it does cut through there. And it wants to run up that blade because of the swoop. And I didn't cut my cord very long, which is my bad. So it does cut through the nylon cord. It cuts through this cord. That's more my fault for using such short pieces of cord. But yeah, it does. It has a nice look to it. I like the knife. Nice weight to it. Fits good in the hand. Fits good in the pocket. It's a nice little knife for 12 bucks. Yeah, you can't go wrong. You could easily make an everyday carry knife out of this and use it a lot. Maybe just give it a quick sharpen before you use it, just to put a better edge on. But it does come with a decent edge out of the box. You could use it out of the box for things. So yes, pleasantly surprised by this. I do enjoy this knife. So that is the Buck 311 Kingsman. If you've enjoyed this video, this review, I would ask that you would hit the like button, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'll be reviewing another knife in a few days, but until then, stay safe and stay sharp.